In this video, I'm going to be talking about Tropical Storm Claudette, which has re-strengthened again for the second time in its lifespan over land, and something strange going on in the Carolinas. I don't know if this is an earthquake, an explosion, or what, but we have the USGS and the volcano discovery chart. One says South Carolina, and the other says North Carolina, a few hundred miles away. What is going on? Welcome back, everybody. June 21st, 2021, 11:06 a.m., and this is a little strange. So, we're here on the USGS, and the reason we are is because I noticed an earthquake, or at least the report of an earthquake, that took place in South Carolina, which is right here. This is North Carolina. Now, I'm going to try to explain this as best as I can. We are over here on volcanodiscovery.com, another chart where you can follow earthquakes and monitor earthquakes, and this popped up just a few moments ago, a South Carolina earthquake. Take a look at this. Reported quake near Columbia, South Carolina, USA. I'll go ahead and click that for us and we'll read the information. 1 hour and 5 minutes ago, report felt. I'm going to go ahead and open that report for us as well in 1 second. And you can see here, June 21st, 2021, 1342 GMT. We have the coordinates, the longitude and latitude where this quake took place. We'll look at that as well. And you can also see it was in South Carolina, USA. And now we're going to look at the detailed info, as this was not verified to be an earthquake right away. You can see that right here. Magnitude is unknown and the depth is unknown. As you can see here, they just put a default 10 kilometers depth when really this was a lot more shallow. And we can also see a continuation of that here on the secondary information page from Volcano Discovery. Reported earthquake near Columbia, South Carolina. We got our markings right there from Monday, June 21st, 1342. And now here's the kicker. For a while, just like yesterday when we posted about the New Zealand earthquake, the USGS took some time to catch up to the Volcano Discovery site. Now that it's caught up, take a look at what just happened. The USGS is now reporting the earthquake in North Carolina, a few hundred miles away from the original quake from Volcano Discovery, which was South Carolina. And now the earthquake is being measured as a 1.6 in North Carolina. And this just seems very odd to me. Now, are we looking at two different situations? And it's just a coincidence that at the same time we had this unknown quake or mystery boom in South Carolina, to then be followed on the same time frame that the USGS would update their site to follow Volcano Discovery, and we just happened to have a North Carolina earthquake at the same time as a South Carolina earthquake. So that would make sense as far as pressure transferring on the East Coast. We saw it happen in New Jersey with a few earthquakes that happened in a short period of time. And now we are possibly dealing with two separate earthquakes, one in North Carolina, as you can see right here, 1.6, 10 kilometers north-northwest of Hayes, North Carolina. And then over here on Volcano Discovery, it is a South Carolina earthquake with its own set of coordinates and a specific town of where it took place. And here's where things get super interesting. As we zoom into the coordinates from Volcano Discovery, the South Carolina version of this earthquake, it takes us directly over a house just north of Columbia, South Carolina, right here. That's a pretty specific marking right here for an earthquake. That's why it led me to believe it was a mystery boom, maybe an explosion near this house. But let's take a look at the next set of coordinates. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and copy these location coordinates here, and we're going to paste them in Google Earth just like we did. And first, we'll zoom back out to get an idea of how far away these two different events were that are almost seemingly being played off as one event on the USGS. So we'll go ahead and copy and paste those into here and hit search, and we're going to see immediately that this jumps a few hundred miles to the north into North Carolina, and this is where the new set of coordinates brings us. More of a open area location in the mountains with a verified number as a 1.6 earthquake, and we'll zoom out a little more to get our orientation a little better. And there you have it, two separate readings going on. And back over here at Volcano Discovery, we refresh the page, and this is still here. Reported quake near Columbia, South Carolina. And what's interesting now is that instead of an hour and 5 minutes ago, it says there was a report felt 53 minutes ago. So let's look at these reports. And we'll probably get a few more reports over time, but here is the main report. The only report I can find where a person actually went on this website from the area and reported feeling this. Here's what they had to say. It was quite quick. Felt like a buzz, but nevertheless happened and lasted. My dog got pretty spooked by it, so there you go. So after doing the research needed to be done, it's not a matter of whether or not one of these took place and the other didn't. It's clear that both of these took place. We have reports from both areas, but yet neither chart shows both of the events. One shows one and one shows the other. We have the USGS showing the North Carolina, and then we have the volcano discovery showing a significant distance away in South Carolina. So what's going on here? Still more questions than answers, but I hope you guys enjoy the info and maybe we can try to figure this out. And I know I said we'd get into Claudette. In fact, I'm going to do a separate edit for Claudette, being that this storm is very unique. We all know when this storm began, it actually strengthened after making landfall. So this thing struck Louisiana, then became a tropical storm, and then tracked across the entire southeast. And once again, this storm, unheard of. I don't think this has ever happened before, but Claudette re-strengthened into a tropical storm once again before exiting into the Atlantic Ocean. Unbelievable stuff. And not only that, my friends, but how odd is it that this situation in South Carolina and North Carolina with the earthquakes is taking place just as a tropical storm has just crossed both of those states, more or less. I mean, the connections going on in the world are just unbelievable, and I'm just happy to share them all with you. You can see we got plenty of tropical storm warnings going up around the Northeast in the Atlantic Ocean, specifically closest to, obviously, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and those states, as by the time Claudette does get closer to the Northeast, it'll be well out into the Atlantic Ocean, more than likely not affecting the coastlines of the upper Northeast. And if the Carolinas didn't have enough to deal with, here is the potential storm surge they will be dealing with pretty much overnight tonight, as that storm's going to sit right out here in the Atlantic Ocean, pushing that force back into the land. Keep in mind the counterclockwise movement, even though it's not super strong, is still pushing that water down on top of here, and then more than likely probably pulling it out of here over the next few hours. My friends, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope the information was helpful. If you have any additions to what I've been talking about, any information from anyone in the Carolinas or anything about this storm, pictures, videos, anything you can think of that you'd like to see featured on the video, feel free to reach out to me down in the comments section or the contact info in the About Me section. Shout out to Canada. Hope you all have a great day. It is 12:01 p.m., June 21st, and I will talk to you all later on. Bye-bye. Stop right there, my friends. If you have not already, click that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Click all and you will get all notifications from this channel. And trust me, you won't be disappointed.